This is a machine in the truck stop. One of the prizes is a breathalyzer. I don't know about that. Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing out there? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. I do. I mean that. I'm doing all right. Just kind of trying to find the motivation to get to work today. We just don't have a whole lot to do. Yesterday, we had 800 miles to go by Monday. I didn't work too hard yesterday. We're down to 475 to go, but we'll definitely knock that out today, get to where we're going for tomorrow morning, because my delivery window is like between 5 a.m. and 3 p.m. or something like that, and I wouldn't mind being there at the place ready to deliver in the morning. So we should probably be able to do that. No problems there. And that's kind of that's the plan for the day. No real plan, but hey, we're doing pretty good on the old fuel mileage. It's only a 7,000 pound load. I've slowed the truck down to 63, and I haven't seen the real results of that yet, because since I've made the executive decision to slow the truck down by 2 miles per hour, I haven't done a whole lot of running to see what that comes out to. So we'll see after the end of a strong week what that looks like as far as the fuel bill goes, but hopefully it helps us out at least just a little bit. We'll see. So what else do I got going on? I think I've mentioned on here that I've kind of considered switching to reefer for my non-trucking friends that watch, that may not be familiar. I mean, a refrigerated trailer, hauling food and things like that. Things you need to keep refrigerated or frozen. You get it. You understand. And obviously I've done that before. Never on the spot market. Never on the spot market. So I don't know how that all works out. But I do know the sun is coming right between this thing as I'm talking to you guys. So it's right in my face, but that's okay. I've done it before, so I'm aware of like the crazy pickup and delivery times, and sometimes the long wait times on docks. Paying lumpers, that's a real thing. All the washouts, the extra hassles that come with it. But at the end of the week, my goal is to make as much money as possible, right? So I've obviously seen the comments suggesting it. I've thought about it myself, and last night I was lucky enough to talk to someone that's pretty educated, very educated, I mean to say, in that field, as they run a company doing it. And they weren't trying to sell me anything or trying to recruit me to their company or anything. They were nice enough to sit down and go through real numbers and explain how much more I potentially could make on a weekly basis. We know that all depends on the loads and how much work you put in and things like that, but he was showing me the potential of it, even with all the extra stuff. So last thing I need to do on that is talk to the owner of my company and see what he's seeing in the numbers. And if I decide to do that, then I need to get back to our terminal, get a refrigerated trailer, and start doing that. So that's kind of where we're at as far as that goes. So thank you, sir, for taking the time to explain those things to me last night. I know it's a platform. We all know it's a platform where people go on there and things go off the rails, and there's a lot of it ends up with people shouting at each other. I'm guilty of it too, of course. But it's a fun place to go where we can all kind of go off the rails, but not exactly the best place if you're going to sit there and patiently try to teach someone like myself about how these things work. So I appreciate you taking the time to do that, even though I'm sure it was very frustrating for you at times. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. That's it. That's kind of where I'm at with that whole thought process. I'll wait to make that phone call to the owner of this company tomorrow and ask him what he's seeing in the numbers. And he'll be honest with me. He doesn't care what I do either way. But if I say, hey, I want to make more money, that turns into the company making more money, obviously, which he owns. Hence why I said owner of the company, right? And I'm sure he likes his company making more money also. So we'll see how it all shakes out. That will be our plan for tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So other than that, not much going on today. Bang out these 475 miles, call it a day. And that's really it. That's all we got going on. So I guess I'll get to that, get this whole pre-trip done on the truck, see what other trouble we can find today. And real quick, just wanted to say thank you to all of you for stopping by, watching the videos, and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I really do. Channel's growing faster than I thought it was going to. And hey, I can put out all the content I want, but you guys stopping by to watch, that's what matters. So appreciate you so much. I'll get back with you here a little bit later today. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Here we go again. Stopped for a little break. We didn't go very far, 150 miles maybe, to the beautiful La Grande, Oregon. The locals call it La Grande, but I think they might be wrong about that. I just feel like that. That's how I feel about it, but what do I know? I like how I say it better. It has more personality that way. But anyways, we're about to hit the road again. It is windy out there. It's like, I don't think it's too windy that it's really gonna affect me, but when you're pulling a light load, you always think about that at least a little bit. But it's pretty windy, but that is okay. We are almost to big bump, probably my favorite mountain in the country. I love it. I wish I was loaded heavy just so I could hear those jakes rumble going down that mountain. But I think when I get there, I'll take you guys on a ride down it with me. I'm sure plenty of y'all that are truck drivers have done it before, but I love it. It's definitely my favorite, and I don't know what it's called. A lot of guys call it Cabbage, I think, and then other guys call it Cabbage Hill, and other guys call it Cabbage Patch, and there's a sign up there for a different road that goes to, I guess, Dead Man Pass. That's what I used to think that mountain was called, but apparently I was wrong about that. But I think that would be a cooler name than Cabbage. What's intimidating about Cabbage? I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's that tasty. It's not the worst thing in the world either. But I tell you, it does not strike fear in the heart of men when they say, watch out on that cabbage. It's like, I guess if that's what you want to talk about. But to me, it's just not scary enough. We need to give it a more intimidating name, you know. Donner's intimidating because they'll eat you up there. Oh yeah, they eat people. Well, they used to. I don't think they still do.
In 1/2 mile, take the ramp on the right to I-84 West toward Pendleton.
One time they did. One time some people got hungry and there were other people there. And they said, well, I'm pretty hungry. It's either you or me, son. And that's the fate of the Donner Party. Yeah, little history lesson for you, I guess. I don't know that it's accurate. I watched a video. Take the ramp on
the right to I-84 West toward Pendleton.
I watched a documentary once on the Donner Party, and it was super interesting because I didn't know anything about it, and somebody had mentioned it in the comments of my old channel. And I thought, man, I better check that out. That sounds real interesting. And what a nightmare. The whole thing just, it was all bad. It was just not a great situation for anyone involved. Unless people are really tasty, then it was a happy ending. I don't know. Probably shouldn't finish my thought on that. This is a much more mature This Guy truck, so I should probably just leave my ending thoughts out on that one. That was not viewer friendly at all, the stuff that was going through my head. But I'm gonna get up this mountain. It's gonna be a nice easy drive because we just aren't pulling that much weight, as I've said over and over and over again. And when we get up to the top and we get ready to roll down it, I'll take you guys on a little ride with me.
I-84.
But this one's for everyone out east that never sees mountains, you know, or out in the Midwest or Texas or wherever you're from. There you go. There you go. And I'm gonna take you on a ride with me, like I said, down that mountain. But I gotta get up there first. So I'll talk to you guys in just a bit. All right, folks, here we go. Last warning, 6 miles of 6% downgrade ahead. Let's get ready to rumble, right? I'm not very good at doing voices and stuff like that. I got my own. That's the only one I got. So we are getting ready to head down this thing. Not gonna be any big deal whatsoever. We're very light, and we'll just let the Jakes carry us on down when we get there. So We do have a truck that just pulled in off the shoulder that is moving very, very slowly. And I'm looking for some room over here. We got some room. We made some room. Had to get that car to back off us just a little bit. But here we go, folks. Down the mountain we go in a plunge to our deaths. A fiery death at the bottom for me. And that's just the way she goes. That's the way I'm gonna go out. So, anyways, probably not. I'd say probably not. But, yeah, I remember, I don't know if I said this already. I remember the first time I came down this mountain, I was a little bit surprised by it. There's the first warning, second warning, third warning, and I was a little bit arrogant, gotta be honest. I was like, please, I'm from Colorado. What kind of mountains they think they got in Oregon? Well, they have big mountains in Oregon. They have real big ones. So it turns out I lived in my little bubble for most of my life before I was a trucker, and other states also have mountains. Yeah, not just Colorado, believe it or not. So, hey, you know, that is how she goes. But yeah, we're just gonna cruise on down, nothing to it. Maybe coming in a little bit hot right there, but that's okay. We'll let the Jakes just slow us down and we'll continue on our way. I don't want to screw around with the zoom or anything like that, but way down there, you probably can't see it in the camera, is the Wild Horse Casino, one of my favorite places to stop on the road. I love it there. Always parking, plenty to eat, plenty of drink, plenty to drink, and gambling. I mean, how can you go wrong? Can't go wrong. I like it there a lot, but they do water down their drinks. So if you're a liquor person, yeah, they're pretty watered down. Just one guy's opinion. Not slander or anything like that. I'm just saying, to me, it feels like they're pretty watered down. So I'm not a huge fan. But we are making our way off this mountain, and I have ran this mountain probably hundreds of times now. I've been out west so many times, and if I'm being completely honest, it is a little bit boring, but you know, that's how it goes when you do the same thing over and over. You get a little bit bored with it, you know? So, that's about it. But I hope you guys are enjoying the drive nonetheless as we make our descent. And you drop a lot of altitude coming off this thing. It's pretty cool. It's honestly a pretty cool thing to do. And I've recorded video of it before, and the video doesn't really do it justice. You know, it's not an intimidating thing. It is the first time you see it, you're like, what the hell is this? And I've seen many of drivers going down this mountain and you can see the panic on their face as they go down. But most time that's when you're in the really bad weather. Of course, that'll make you panic just a little bit. But your first time seeing it, it will surprise you a bit. It definitely will. But I like it. I enjoy it. Like I said, I do get a little bit bored with it because I've done it so many times. But it still remains probably my favorite mountain in the country. Just rumbling down it is such a good time. Such a good time. Breathe a little life into this old trucker, you know? Make me think about what I'm doing for a little while. So, I don't know what all to talk about, but hope you guys are enjoying the ride. That runaway truck ramp right there, boy, that's a big one. That's a big one right there. Yeah. Yep, you don't want to, well, I mean, if you need to, you need to. And you can see, if you guys can see, there are definitely some tire tracks in it. So people have needed it. I guess I could talk about that for a little while. When I was in truck driving school, I feel like they taught the information on those runaway ramps the wrong way. They always taught that you never want to be the guy that hits those, and that's probably true. But they would say, you know, if you hit that runaway ramp, there's big fines, big fines. And I've actually looked that up, and maybe some states there's fines. There's definitely a towing bill that someone's got to pay to tow you out of that. But from what I've read is some states don't fine you for hitting the runaway ramp. It's a much better alternative than what could have happened if you have a runaway truck. And I think that's probably the wrong way to handle it, is to fine a guy for already a bad day. You know, he's already having a bad day, but he made the right decision in that case. Instead of worrying about if he's going to get a big fine or a ticket or going to get points on his license and things like that. He hits the runaway ramp, nobody dies at the bottom, right? So I don't think you should be fined or ticketed or whatever for having to hit one of those ramps. A lot of inexperienced truck drivers sometimes that have never seen mountains and it's their first time doing it. And all the lessons, all the classroom lessons in the world aren't going to be enough to prepare you for what they're about, you know. But Jakes these days are really good. Jakes are very effective, and it's pretty easy to come off a mountain these days. Pretty easy. But that's our ride right there, folks. I'm going to go ahead and set my cruise control, kick back, relax, enjoy the rest of my day, and that will be that. So, well, we have made it. Once again, we've survived one of the most dangerous mountains in the country. So, how about it? We live to fight another day. Talk to you soon. Well, we have done it again. Done it again, folks. We've made it to the world-famous Walmart in the middle of nowhere. Literally a Walmart in just this very, very small town. But they got these huge docks here. Plenty of room. So, hey, you know what? It is 5 p.m. and they start receiving at 5 a.m. So I'm done. I'm good to go. I got no more worries until tomorrow when we need to find a new load, of course. So hope you guys enjoyed that little trip over the mountains with me. That was fun. Good time. I enjoy that mountain a lot. So yeah, that's kind of it right now. You know, we're kind of out in the middle of the nowhere-ish kind of spot. And what is the deal with Spokane? What is going on with that town? They built it like it's on the East Coast, you know, 13.8 bridges and small roads, and it just, oh, I hate driving through Spokane. It's just, why did they build it? Like, maybe it's just a really old city, one of the original Western civilizations or something. I have no clue, but it is difficult. It's not difficult to get through there, but you get a little bit nervous with how low those bridges are and all that stuff. So, hey, we made it. Bad week is over. I was thinking a lot about the numbers and how I share them and all that stuff. I might stop doing that. I don't mind like sharing like the good weeks and the bad weeks and stuff like that. But when I look back on the videos, it looks a little bit like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not doing any good, right? I was putting out those numbers so I could be like, all right, so if you want to get in a lease purchase, this is numbers that you can look at. But lease purchasers are different. Fuel rates are always changing. Freight rates are always changing. And when I really think about it, it seems kind of useless. It seems kind of pointless to do that. So I've been thinking a lot about it, and I don't know. I'm like, this week is not great. We all know that. So it's not like I'm worried about like, oh, you guys are going to find out I didn't make any money this week. That's probably about what's going to happen, you know, so that's okay. But the more I think about it, maybe it doesn't really do anything, you know. And then when we get back if we get back into a better freight market, we'll see how that goes, you know. When we get back into a better freight market, then, you know, we start seeing real money out here again, and it just sounds kind of arrogant to keep doing that. So you guys can let me know in the comments if you're still watching, but I don't know that it does any good. The more I think about it, I don't really see the point. Like, so that's kind of where I'm at on that, and this we'll keep it focused more on this is just what I'm doing as a truck driver, and kind of keep the money out of it is sort of what I'm thinking. I just don't really see the point. I just don't get it. But tomorrow, you know, I'll tell you about loads and stuff like that, of course. Tomorrow is, I'm going to let my dispatcher be a dispatcher and find us a load out of here tomorrow morning, hopefully, with something good. I hope. I hope that works out. We're way up here. Like, I think we were like 60, 70 miles from the Canadian border. Like, we're way up here. So I don't imagine there's a lot of freight going out of here specifically, but kind of what I'm hoping is that there's also not many trucks up here. Maybe there's a little something moving. Maybe a little something moving that we can look at. I'm not really sure. But load boards, of course, right now aren't showing anything. It's, you know, Sunday evening, so they aren't going to show us anything. So, hey, you know, tomorrow I plan to speak with the owner of the company here and see what his thoughts are on switching to reefer, and if he thinks that's more beneficial, which I think he's probably going to say it is, but we'll see what he comes up with, and we'll talk about making that change if there's something if that's something we are going to do. So that's kind of where we're at with everything. Not a whole lot going on. I am just in a really middle of nowhere place right now, and if I'm being honest, I'm kind of starting to miss home a little bit. I wouldn't mind going by the house and stay for a night or two. So we'll see how that all shakes out, how it looks. It's unfortunate because I did just have a bad week, so I need next week to be a good one. Hopefully something runs through the house. I can stay for the night and keep on going. So I guess it's not how it used to be, how I could, I got to kind of work my way back into it, right? I used to be able to jump in the truck and, you know, hit the road for 2 months at a time. I think 1 or 2 times I did like 3 months at a time. And it's just, right now, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. So definitely time to go home for a little while. Unfortunately, just a couple days at most right now, but we'll see how everything works out. I sure wouldn't mind a load to Denver from here. We're doing good on hours. Does anyone care about that? I'm not sure, but after recaps tonight, I'll have 23 hours, and then the next day I'm gaining back 10, and then everything is real sustainable after that. Today was my longest day. After that 10 hours goes off at 8 hours and 42 minutes, but I got a 6-hour day, an hour and a half, 7.5, you know, stuff like that. So after the 10 hours, I guess, comes off tonight, and then there's another 10-hour day, my fault, then we're going to be back in really sustainable recaps after that, so we can definitely go. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it, if I'm being honest. I'm starting to feel it. It's time to take a little break from the truck, hang out with the family, and we will see what that brings us tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see how that all works out. I'll be looking at the boards, of course, but I really, I got a little carried away when I realized, oh, I can find loads, I can look at loads that I want and stuff like that. I got a little carried away and might have overdid it, and my dispatcher has years of experience dispatching trucks. He knows what he's doing, and he has never had me sit. So I need to rein it in a little bit, not be such a control freak, and let him do his job. Let that man do his job. And that's sort of the plan. That is sort of the plan right now. So I am starving, so I'm probably going to go inside, find me something to eat, and from there we'll just relax a little bit, maybe play some Witcher, and hey, have a good night. That's what we're gonna do. So let me get this video uploaded for you guys, and we'll talk to you here soon. Bye now.